All right, here's one of the best examples that you can find to see what a good two-gap play is here. This is a simple run play. Dolphins are in an eagle front. It's almost an okie front. If it were an okie front, they would be just even across the board and head up on the tackle with these ends. And the nose tackle, the zero, wouldn't shade. But this is a two-gap here. Raekwon has to read off of either side of Jason Kelsey, and he cannot be displaced from the line of scrimmage. Jerome Baker is reading the cutback lane, which is right here, and he's scraping. David Long is reading the flat and the B gap. Crash is the force player, run support, and you want to get into those gaps right here as three techs. That's how it's designed. Now I want you to watch this guy right here, Raekwon Davis. This is as good an example of two-gap play as you're going to find. He shades off of Jason Kelsey a little bit, stands him up, does not get displaced, is actually pushing him back into the backfield, and he plays off of him. No gain on the carry to DeAndre Swift. Now I want you to see this coverage on this play. It's really well done. What you have here is, this is going to be the 1. This is going to be the 2. There is no 3. Forget about the pass rush. It gets home eventually. But you see, this is Jerome Baker. And what he's doing right here is, since the 1, which is right here, is going to carry anything deep, and this man, this Party Nickerson, is with the man that's up on the line of scrimmage in the 3-by-1 formation, then whoever comes across his face, Jerome Baker has to carry anywhere in man. And he'll get some help from the safeties. But let's say there's a guy in the flat, then the 1 takes the flat, safety goes deep, and Party Nickerson still remains with the guy who is here. So if he goes flat, they got to do this right here. So Jerome Baker would have to carry the man that comes into his short zone. I want you to see what Jerome Baker does on this play. And forget about the pass rush. Just watch Jerome Baker. And who is going to come into his zone? It's going to be Devonta Smith. And we're going to stop it. And as you can see, it's perfectly communicated and executed. As you can see, Javon Holland back over here. Like, he's not even going to offer help deep because they have this covered. Look at Jerome Baker. He's going to help him. He's going to help the middle zone, which is kind of like a robber look, but it's not a robber look. It's just that he's going to try to occupy this area in the middle of the field right here because there's going to be a spot vacated right here. But look at Jerome Baker keeping contact with Devonta Smith. And we're going to run it so you can see him. And he gets into trail. And he stays with him the whole way. Sack, fumble, Dolphins recover. That play was made possible by Jerome Baker's man-on-man coverage. You're going to see it right here as you see the pass rush. As it gets home, there's a moment of hesitation here. As you see, Jerome Baker immediately recognizes somebody coming into his zone. He picks him up, and that causes Jalen Hurts to hesitate. And there's the strip, there's the fumble. Now, this is a simple screenplay. And what they're going to do right here is Jason Kelsey's going to snap the ball, and he's going to work his way parallel to the line to try to pick up a block on the outside. They're only releasing one guard to trail. And they're going to make this look pretty good with Goddard catching the ball right here. And there's really going to be only one guy that's free to make the play, and that's David Long. And he makes a hell of a play on this. We're just going to run it so you can see it, and then you can see him from the end zone view. It's good motions, moving a guy out of space. Look at Kelsey work his way down the line. Look at David Long react to the run fake, and he gets back into the play. Great tackle. That is just 3 yards. Great play by David Long. I want you to see now how he reacts to the run fake. Here he is right here. Do a shift. And you see he reads him, and he kind of catches Jason Kelsey out of the corner of his eye, and he's out. He's the only unblocked man, and he makes the tackle on Godert. Great play. All right, you can't do a chalk talk involving the Philadelphia Eagles and not show the tush push. There's pretty much nothing to it. You're going to have very, very small splits, as you can see. They're almost like side by side with each other. Quarterback's going to snap it. Jason Kelsey is going to get lower than your 0. And then this guy right here and this guy right here are going to push Jalen Hurts forward to get the first down. Now, how do you stop it? Well, Joe Thomas, Hall of Fame left tackle from the Cleveland Browns, had a pretty good idea. How do you defeat a quarterback sneak? Well, your 0 has to defeat the center, right? So that's pretty much how you have to win on a quarterback sneak. But this tush push is having 2 guys assist Hurts upfield. So he had a pretty interesting idea, and I completely agree. What you have to do is create a wedge on the center, which means you can't have a 0. You're going to have one guy on each side. You're just going to have to cave him in, get him down, and then create a stop right here. Now, naturally, once you create the stop right here, these guys push and get Hurts upfield as he's moving his feet, and he gets the first down, right? So what can stop that? Well, you got to eliminate the pushers. Okay? So how do you eliminate the pushers? Pretty simple. Your edge players, in this case Jalen Phillips and Bradley Chubb, they have to be tight to the formation just like they are right here, and they have to just scream off the edge to hit the pushers. And if you come off the edge to hit the pushers, and you do it often enough, and when I mean often enough, I mean the entire league doing it, then trust me, they'll make an adjustment because they will not have Godert and A.J. Brown be exposed to these hits. And it actually works for a possible fake as well, because some people have hypothesized that the next incarnation is going to be a play-action pass out of this thing. And, well, the pushers are the eligible receivers. So if you're coming off the edge and you're just going to knock off the pushers, you're knocking off the eligible receivers. And you have enough bodies to guard a pass, so that's not a problem. I think Joe Thomas has stumbled upon something, but it's going to take the entire league to stop the tush push, or the brotherly shove, or the rugby scrum, whatever you want to call it. Now, this is just an awesome pass, awesome play by Tua Tagovailoa. What you have here is you have Tyreek running a go. You're going to have, it's not even a switch release because Tyreek is really just running a go. He's trying to press the safety right here. They're communicating. They understand like that's in the cards. And Berrios is running a deep in. And then this is the fun part. Jeff Wilson is just going to chip and then release. Durham Smythe is in to help in pass pro to give Tua the time to throw this deep out. That's time to Cedric Wilson. 30 yards is covered here on this deep out. This was a noticeable play and one of the best throws Tua has made all season long. And look at Cedric Wilson set it up. He actually gets an outside release, and he's snapping it off right there. That is a 30-yard out. Great catch. Gets 2 feet in bounds. That's a first down. All right, the Eagles are going to bring a pressure 5 here. They're bringing 5 into bear. And the Dolphins are taking a shot play here. And they're going to take it with an inside release. And you can tell they're no man's land here in the secondary, because since you have this pressure 5 look right here, and remember, the Eagles know that they're coming. Dolphins don't. So the Dolphins might keep numbers to block the 5. But the Eagles have to communicate on what's hot. So 26 here is thinking, you know what? Tyreek might be hot right here on the slant, because they're bringing the blitz right here. So this is where coverage is supposed to work with your pass rush. But they didn't count on one thing. They didn't count on Tyreek, who's just going to get an inside release and go to the end zone, and Tua is going to find him, because this is pretty well blocked, and the timing is impeccable on this play with Tua and Tyreek. I want you to watch 26. As 26 communicates for the hot, you see how he's moving up? And if you're even, he's leaving. Tyreek just outruns him. Let's watch it again. Watch 26. Comes up to take away the hot, and he's playing him with the leverage. Tyreek just runs right past him. Touchdown. All right, Dolphins got the run game going in the second half. First drive of the third quarter, and they go back to some of their outside zone stuff. And this is their variation of the power sweep. How do you block Jordan Davis? How about if you just bypass him completely? The design of this is awesome. Since these guys are not going to have much to do, since the ball is coming out here, then Liam Eichenberg is going to bypass the 0 and work his way to the second level, along with Lester Cotton. And they're just going to try to cut this field right at the hash, right? The most important block here belongs to Robert Hunt, who has to hook his man, stifle him. And the other most important block here is Austin Jackson, who has to get onto a wide 9 player, which is Brandon Graham. And he has to ride him out to the boundary, just like you see done on those outside zone blocking drills. These are very difficult blocks to execute, as Durham Smythe releases to the second level. Here's the cutoff, and that ball is going to come in right behind him. All right, let's run it. Let's run it in slow motion so you can see it. Look at how they hit all of those blocks. Great job by Austin Jackson. Raheem Mostert gets to the second level. He does the rest. All right, this is a very nice play-action boot pass where you're going to have a run action that's going to try to sell something like this. You have a little mesh right here. It's trying to put this guy into conflict. You're going to have this return motion by Cedric Wilson as he works his way up into the boundary. And Berrios is running a glance route. And he's reading the leverage on this guy right here, the safety. If safety's holding, he's going to take him inside. The safety is moving inside. He takes him to the corner. And then it's up to Tua, who's going to be out on the boot naked, to make the decision whether he throws the corner, the glance, or the comeback route to Cedric Wilson. This is a fabulous throw by Tua Tagovailoa on this play. And I want you to watch the mesh point, how well this is executed. Here it is. Holds Sweat. Sweat is up the field. Look at this throw. Back shoulder throw. It's a gain of 12. Great play. Let's see it again. It's actually more. It's like a gain of 15. Let me see the timing on this. Was there a wheel? No, there was no wheel possible. That's a back shoulder fade. It's well executed. Good back shoulder throw. The glance route, let's see it again. The glance route kind of pops. Let's watch it. It's kind of there. But his momentum's taking him to the boundary, so he throws the back shoulder. And it's a first down.